We're gonna start off with my song.
The next week we're gonna start with my song that I want to sing.
Crown 360 in the studio. We about to have a session.
No, I'm not gonna sing
What are you
it.
singing?
I'm gonna sing it in the studio. I'm not gonna sing it on air.
She wants to redo a song. Oh, she ain't tell you yet.
Oh no, I
She
didn't.
was saying some things before you got
Let me
here.
hear it. Let me hear it.
She was
I'll
talking,
send it
though.
to you.
I'll do the back. I'll do the background.
First thing I said is like, you need to get in the mix on it.
We need to get KT involved. He got studio. How you got the beats this time?
I'm not sure anymore just how it happened before. The places that I knew were sunny and blue. I can feel it deep inside this black nigga's pride. I have no fear when I say, and I said every day, every nigga is a star. Every nigga is a star. Who will deny that you and I and every nigga is a star.
Hey!
Hey, happy Wednesday.
I don't even know, like,
Yo! Hey!
who's singing that song?
Listen,
though?
bro,
Like,
hey,
who's singing that?
Listen. God bless me with this beautiful song. This morning, y'all, I was scrolling through my little YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying? And I came through this little song, said every nigga is a star, and I was like, I like that.
Of course he does.
Let me click that, and I clicked
fits him.
it. Believe it. The song was so vicious, and I was like, yo, and I kept laughing for like 15 minutes, right?
God.
But the song was so beautiful, my nigga, and I just feel like every
nigga is
nigga,
a star.
every
Is a
nigga
star.
is a star, and
You
it,
must believe
it's inspirational, and I wanted to
achieve.
start
It
the
is.
show off with that inspirational vibe
Yes.
today. You know
Speaking
what
of
I'm saying?
inspiration, happy Mother's Day
Happy-
to Patrice Yvette
Oh.
Goldring
Oh,
in
yeah.
Greenbelt, my mother.
Oh,
I appreciate
okay.
her and I love her dearly, and I wanted
Okay.
to shout her out today.
Shout
All
her
right,
mama
all right, all right.
out.
Yes, happy Mother's
Happy
Day.
Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And you want to shout mama out because you put some beautiful pictures of her up.
You did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Hey,
You guys look like twins.
No bullshit.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we definitely want to, you know. I mean, you know, it's a lot that women go through when they dealing, you know,
Oh yeah.
with being in a man's world. So, you know,
Lord
you
have
definitely want to shout the women out, man. And, you know, so you're much appreciated.
Yes.
Because I know we put you through a whole bunch of shit, man. I know we do. So,
Yeah. I
it
want
is what it
to
is,
shout
man.
out. I wanted to shout out in heaven. I know you're looking down on me, Mama, my mother Yolanda, and my grandmother Delilah. So none of the women that raised me are in my life right now. So it was a hard time, but my son made it so beautiful for me.
Yeah, you're such a great mother. Should have been.
Oh,
my
you know,
God.
still a
Happy
good-
Mother's Day
Thank
to
you,
you.
Swallen.
Happy Mother's
was
Day to
beautiful
you,
for me.
E.
Yes, thank you, Swallen. 16 years.
Doing it well.
Yes.
Your son
Yeah.
almost out the house.
Girl.
he ain't
You
going
can walk
nowhere.
around naked again.
Oh,
How you
my
feel
goodness.
about that?
Hey.
Okay. I used to have to tell him, when you get, he be like, you my mother. I mean, what? Boy, you better knock when you come in that bathroom.
And
you hear me?
last but not least, I wanted to give a shout out to my mama, Talita Butler, Miss Talita Butler.
I like that
Talita.
Talita.
Yeah, and I wanted to give a special shout out because at my age, my mama told me ever since I was younger, she would say, "Boy, you don't understand. People are jealous of you." And for a
My
long
mother
time,
did too.
and for a long time, I used to be like, "That's just mom being mom." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nah, she was telling some real
The
shit.
older you got it,
Yeah,
right?
it hit me. It hit me at this age. Like niggas is jealous of Joe. Mama been telling me
Face it.
niggas is jealous of Joe.
Mama knows best.
Yeah, so I just want. That's why I
Always.
want to give a love. I want to say, yo, mama, I
And
love you.
grandma.
say.
And grandma.
Yeah, and grandma too.
So let me give
Yeah.
a shout out to Patricia May, my
Okay.
grandma. She
Throwing
turned
names out
Patricia,
there.
I know
she turned 69 yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good number.
Yeah,
Okay.
69 on
That's
the
what's up.
And my birthday is 69.
Sorry.
Just a little side note.
Okay,
Trying
little.
to bring some freak shit in
Lil
with grandma.
Derek. Well, no bullshit. I thought we was
I
just
don't know how
big
we
up
got
in Big
there.
Mama
All
and
right,
shit.
never mind.
We get nasty with Big Mama and shit. Nigga, what's going on?
Screw it.
Big
Going
Mama
under
just
that
wanted to be big
nightgown,
up on
Big
the Mother's
Mama.
Day, nigga. Shit.
69 on the 69.
All right, I was gonna send this episode to my mother and my grandmother,
you
but
just-
I think I'm
You
gonna
just
X
messed that
that.
all up.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
messed
X that out right now. Sorry.
Yeah. Shout out to
Those
my
are just
grandmama too.
numbers.
What up, Dosey?
I'll edit it. How about that?
You be doing something wild with that back massager, grandma. I heard you the other night.
So we got one to get into because I wanted to ask y'all bucks. You know what I'm
We got
saying?
a lot of stuff written down, man.
Yeah.
Let's let it go.
But
wherever it wants
How
to go,
about we
man.
let you go first, Joe?
I
'Cause,
mean,
you
I just
know,
wanted to ask y'all pictures at funerals. How do y'all feel about it? Let me know.
Don't do it
I
unless
want-
it's for your personal use.
Uh-huh.
Don't post that shit on social media. It's disrespectful.
So how would you handle it if you at a funeral and somebody you love is in that box? You know what I'm saying? And you see somebody, and not just one person, but a couple people flashing little pics.
Now, see, I haven't had anyone like really, really close pass to me, so I can't say if I would take a photo or not. As of right now, I don't think I would,
Okay.
because the thought of a dead person in my phone just creeps me out, regardless of who it is, mother, grandmother, whoever. But I definitely would not post it on social media like a lot of people do.
How y'all feel? Because that's
Yeah,
how I
mean,
feel
it's-
about
it's-
that.
See, people do so many different things from an attention whore type of standpoint.
Yeah.
This is one of those topics that spill into
Yeah.
that realm, like hospital pics and stuff like that.
I don't
but
like
but you
that
can't
either.
be mad though. You know what I'm saying? Like people deal with death differently.
No, you can't be
You know what I'm
mad.
saying?
No, you can't be mad. I'm gonna tell you why you
So-
can't be
so-
mad. Because if a
Yeah,
nigga, if somebody I love is in that box,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now, nigga, if you gonna think you gonna come down and pull your camera out and not get snuffed, nigga,
That's what I'm saying.
you
Like,
out your
can't take
motherfucking
that-
mind.
if you
Like,
take
you
on
got to be
that
hella
role-
discreet with
Yeah.
it.
Not even
You
that.
shouldn't be at a funeral with your phone out visible for everybody to just be like click, and all you see is like flashing lights. Like that's rude. That's disrespectful to the
Yeah.
family. It's disrespectful
How
to
I-
the friends.
All that shit.
Like do it
All that
discreetly.
shit. All
I
that
feel
shit.
like it's a personal thing. Like for me, I took pictures of my mother for memory because
Okay.
I
See,
that's
hadn't-
what we
I
talking
hadn't
about.
seen
And that's
her,
cool.
And she looks so beautiful.
That's
and she
cool.
looked well rested. But if
Mm-hmm.
someone had or was to put her on Facebook at that time,
Or
on
It would be a
Instagram.
war.
That's what
Yeah.
we talking
I
about.
would
Or
be.
Twitter.
It would be a war.
I would be really pissed.
Yeah.
That's what
I'd
we
be
talking
really
about.
pissed because first of all, you don't really know her. You don't see her,
Mm-hmm.
and
And what if she told
don't-
you? What if she told you, I don't want nobody posting me on no Instagram?
absolutely.
And then you see that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm asking y'all,
I'm
how would
fighting
y'all?
everybody that
All
posts
right,
stuff.
then. That's what I wanted to hear, some real shit. Because I'm telling you, right? I'm
absolutely.
putting it out there right now, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm putting it out there on camera,
And-
on this video. Listen, if it's somebody I love in that box, and you pull out a phone,
Yeah.
prepare to get fucked up.
I want to tell you one thing that happened.
Cut it out, man.
Nah, prepare to be fucked up. Go ahead.
This
E.
is the way
My
you say
grandmother,
shit, you know?
rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to be cremated because the
So am I.
cancer had ate her up so badly. And I respected that because they have wishes too.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
They also have wishes
Definitely.
too. So if that wasn't to be, if she didn't get cremated, I definitely would be just like you. I'd be like,
Yeah. You say you feel me.
she want the casket closed.
Yeah.
She didn't want nobody taking no pictures.
Respect
but
mama.
She got cremated because she knew that she didn't look.
So, hey, shoot the number out there because I want y'all to call her because a lot of y'all be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
652
Call up and let me know why y'all do
0708.
that. Why y'all post pictures of people in the casket and try to act like that shit ain't doing it for likes.
I ain't gonna lie. When I follow people on Instagram or like Facebook that post casket pictures, I immediately unfollow them.
Yeah, you said immediately.
Really?
Immediately. Because first of all, I
ain't
don't
mad
want to
at you.
see that. They not no family or kin of mine. Like, and then because they're not family or kin of mine, I don't want to see a deceased person. I'd rather say deceased than dead on my timeline constantly every time I log in.
But that's
Like,
what I'm saying. But it's a tasteful way of doing things, I feel like. And like I told y'all before, I got a homie that died and got killed by the police officer. And his brother, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Kel, his brother always be putting pictures of his tombstone on he take his family, I guess he take his family and they take pictures with his brother tombstone on his birthday. And I feel like
And
that shit is
that's good.
that shit's respectable. It's,
yeah, tombstone is cool.
That's cool. But
actual photos
Actual-
of the
I mean, but
body.
it's going to
Yeah.
depend based on the person. I mean, people connect with whoever passed differently. So
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
some people, you
Shoot,
know,
what-
have a relationship. You
What
know.
was that rapper when they took his body to the strip club?
What?
Shorty Low? Was that
Shorty
Shorty Low?
Low,
I think it was
John.
Shorty
they
Low.
took this nigga body to the
They
strip
did.
club?
They did.
I think they
They
did.
pulled his
Stan, can you pull that up,
casket
Rodney?
in front of a strip club.
Why?
'Cause
Maybe
that's
he
where
was there all
spend
the
his
time.
Was that
time.
Shorty Low? I
Ain't that
It
a
was.
health-
I
ain't
think
that
it
a-
was.
Ain't that a health code violation,
No.
nigga?
It should have been if they had
Goddamn.
food.
It was no. It was outside in the parking lot. They didn't pull the body
Oh,
in.
It should be no
Forgot
dead.
all about that.
It should be no dead dicks by no
Shorty
live pussy,
Low.
nigga.
Or no food. The fuck.
Fuck
Say
the
about
food.
The
Fuck the
food, the
food.
drinks.
Them bitches shaking their ass. They don't need no tainted dead dick around there. You know what I'm saying? Leave them girls out
Yeah,
there.
was that?
And he
Bombing
had what,
ass.
10, 12 kids? He had a
Something
lot
like
of
that.
kids because
Yeah,
he was
he
going to
did.
have
He
a
was in the-
TV
he was
show
like in the-
come out.
Yeah, he
Yeah, the
was.
teens,
Yeah, he
like-
was.
Yeah,
He got
it was
Thursday
called All
Thursday.
My Baby Mamas. That's what it was.
Speaking of kids, this is a great
Okay,
segue.
okay. Segue.
Segue.
How do you feel about dating people with children or multiple children?
I've had my experience with it.
Hey, if you know me, you know I always be
I
getting
think-
them milfs, nigga.
I think it's unfair. Now I'm gonna say something. It's unfair
I
for
love this
people
segment.
that have kids
Mm-hmm.
than when you're dating somebody that doesn't have kids, because the person that doesn't have kids,
Mm-hmm.
they don't even have to ask you shit. They can just watch how you are as a parent. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And learn a lot about you. It's an unfair thing.
It's definitely unfair.
It's unfair.
Because you asking, especially if you dealing with somebody that got kids and you don't have kids, that person with kids is really asking a lot of you. Because especially if you
They
got
are.
especially if you got a cohesive unit with your baby father.
Subconsciously too. Like they
I
don't
think we
even
kinda
have
touched
to
on this before.
physically
Yeah, we
like
did.
verbally ask. I kind of feel like people who date people with kids get the leftover time. Like once you deal with your kids and once you deal with your job and once you deal with your family, your significant other at that point, especially if they have not met the kids yet, they get whatever time you have left over. And
That's-
I think that's fucked up. And I
Yeah,
I
see,
don't
What do you mean your
necessarily
significant
care
other
for
Yeah.
Yeah, what
You.
you
like
mean by
to
that?
seriously date someone with children. I feel like it's just too many instances where like because
She's
I'm single.
a selfish person.
No, not even selfish.
I mean,
And let me
kinda.
tell you why I say not selfish. Because a long time I thought I was a fucked up individual for not wanting to date people with children. But now that I understand myself a little more, I just feel like I am single. I am not married. I have no kids. I have the luxury of doing what I want when the fuck I want to. And I don't
Live
want
your
to
life,
have
boo-boo.
to call my
Absolutely.
significant other and be like, hey, let's go to Jamaica for the week. And you say, oh, I don't have a babysitter. I got the kids this week. Or I say, oh, you know, it's summertime.
Right.
The kids are out of school. Like, let's do this. Oh, I got the kids this summer. Or we have a date planned and you say, oh, you know, I know we had this plan, but something came. Like, no one wants to
Alright.
hear that
But let's-
all the time.
Let's be real though, motherfuckers. Niggas ain't doing it that. They not prioritizing that strictly. Motherfuckers is pushing their kids to the side for new pussy or new
you
dick.
know, I don't
Let's be
know.
real.
I've
Oh,
had
no.
a lot of
Oh,
single
no.
fathers recently that have full custody of their kids, and I don't know what that's about. And
Oh, the mothers
I think
ain't
it
shit.
takes-
The mothers
I think
ain't
it
shit.
takes
I
a
always-
lot for a court to give a father custody of
Yeah.
their children,
Hey, yo.
especially
Yeah, I
more
mean,
than one.
that's a hell of a
Hey,
stereotype.
Carl-
too.
I don't know.
Shoot,
I'd
shoot the
rather
number.
not.
Shoot the number out one more time, cause I want you to.
202-652-0708.
Call-
Who trying to call up?
I want them to call
us
up. Let us know if you, because I believe if you a mother and you lost custody of your kids, that's the testimony that you just ain't shit. Now tell me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong, because I don't know.
And
But
I've dated women that haven't had custody of their kids before.
How do you feel about that?
ooh,
Um,
you knew they were shit off jump.
it's kind of about how you find out. You know, sometimes it's not something you always start out knowing.
It's weird
you
to
know.
me.
It
is.
is something
It's
that's
weird
weird,
to me
but
to be a
is.
mother of a child because me and my son's father are on great terms now, but I fought to get my son, and I was going to get my son because I feel that a mother is the most important thing. I'm not saying a family is the most important thing to a child.
There we go.
First of all.
Gotcha.
Talk that real shit.
We on the same
But
page. Okay.
I was stable. Okay. So the reason why a man has custody of his child because he is stable. The woman that does not have custody of their child is unstable. And this is why the courts don't give them custody.
Especially mentally
And that's it.
unstable. Especially mentally unstable. A lot of
Both
women.
of y'all
gotta
saying-
talk about that.
Both of y'all saying some real shit.
Got some points popping up now.
Stable.
Okay.
And I want to piggyback on what you were saying earlier about the dating. So I dated a guy that said, I will never date a girl that has a child.
Until you drop that thing on her. He changed all that up.
It was
huh?
like hot like fire.
Well, let me switch my story up.
That nigga was like, but for you, boo-boo.
Let me switch my story
I
up.
changed my mind.
Let me switch my story
Nah,
up.
we
a
were
little bit
together for
because-
2 years.
The re-nigging starts.
I already know
Okay,
what's up with these
let's
niggas.
go.
Let me switch my story up a bit. I'm not going to say I don't want to date men with kids. I'm going to say I don't want to date men with kids and their kids are not
Older.
older. Like,
Okay.
if their kids cannot take care of themselves, then I don't know how I feel about seriously dating them, especially if I haven't met them
So you
yet.
saying you ain't trying to be no stepmommy. That's what you saying.
I'm not saying that.
That's what you're saying.
I'm saying if you're a man who has custody of his kids and you don't know how to properly manage your time between me and your kids, or eventually get to a point where you can combine the both of us together and you don't have to separate your time, then I don't want to be a part of that.
I got you.
No, I feel you.
Because I feel like, again, I get leftover time and not time that is designated specifically to me.
But I feel like if you dealing with a person that's a single parent, you should already know what you're signing up for. You know what I'm saying?
That's something
I
simple
think
too.
it just
Yeah, yeah.
depends
That's-
on the
that's something
person.
simple,
It
though.
depends
Real
on the
talk.
person and how many kids they have.
Yeah, but still, what I'm saying, if you got one child, you know what I'm saying, that right there could be time consuming for a person. I mean, goddamn. I mean, one child alone, I couldn't imagine. I got none right now. You know what I'm saying?
Me
So having one, you could tell one is probably a fucking head wreck. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
So
And I'm sorry, it is. And I actually, like the relationship I was telling you about, the way he was saying that he couldn't deal with a kid. I actually had to break up with him because it started becoming an issue. It started becoming an issue.
On your end or his end?
On my, like, oh, he can't come over because he's too young and he might break this, or
oh, your
you
son,
know,
he
or
said your
he
son
want-
couldn't come over his crib.
That's what he was telling me, because he was a
Mm-hmm.
videographer, and he was like, oh, he can't come over
This nigga
when he
sound
gets
gay.
older. So I was like, I'm not fucking driving out to Waldorf all the time to see you.
No bullshit. Fuck
Like,
Waldo.
it ain't even like that.
Fuck Waldo.
That brings up another thing. I'm sorry.
He said,
To kind of
Waldorf, nigga.
change the subject a little bit. So the older I've gotten, the less I want to drive. So
Yes.
like during the dating process, my thing is like
is
on
so
Tinder or POF or whatever, however you meet people. My thing is if you don't
Tinder,
live,
POF.
if you don't live within like
All
20
the
minutes of me, I'm not interested. Cause I'm not dating. Like I
Somebody
had my
here.
days when I was
Hold on,
younger, when I
hold
used to
on.
drive to Philly at 1 o'clock in the morning and
Girl.
drive to
It-
Baltimore.
Oh,
and,
hell
like
nah.
I'm over that. I'm not. If you not within,
got a
hey, I
taser
want to
with
see
that.
you within the next 20 minutes before I go to bed, and you can come over.
Hey, hold
type
on,
of
hold
on.
distance.
Real specific with your shit,
I'm
Jordan.
just like,
Can y'all shoot that number out one more time? I want people.
202-652-0708.
I want guys to call up and tell Tia how trifling that
That's
sounds.
not trifling.
That sounds trifling in the motherfucker. You lazy,
not
you
trifling.
lazy, you love a
Just saying,
motherfucker.
if you're not within 20-25 minutes, I don't know what
Damn.
to tell you. You gotta have a bomb ass personality, because other than that,
And no kids. 'cause if you got
and no
kids,
kids.
I ain't-
You
I'll
gonna be
like,
scraping
eh,
the bottom of the
I don't know
barrel.
if I can deal with that.
You gonna be
no.
scraping the bottom of the barrel for a long time with that attitude.
Where you live? I don't know. I did pretty good up until recently. I don't,
Up
I
until
don't
recently,
know.
that mean you ain't never did good, mama.
I did pretty decent, all right? I had some things in my day.
Yeah. I hear you.
Shit.
I mean, am I the only
Nigga.
one that don't want to drive?
No,
Oh, this
you
is the
are.
other thing.
I think you are.
So when I was younger, I didn't mind
drive.
going to the dude's house all the time. But now that I'm older, especially because I live alone now, I'm like, I don't want to always come to your house. If you don't come to my house, like, I just don't
What
want
if
to
he
always come
lived?
to you.
What if he lived better than you though?
What do you mean live better than
I'm
me?
saying,
Oh,
what
shit.
if
There
that
we
nigga?
go.
You
what
live
if?
by yourself. What is better than
What
you?
if he's more comfortable in his crib though? What if he's like,
You
look,
gotta compromise. Look, if you want this for JJ, and I want that,
see, and you know what? And that's
we
the problem.
gotta compromise.
But you setting the terms-
Sometimes I'll come to your house,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes you will come to my
You
house.
setting
I'm
the
not
terms
gonna
of the
always
compromise.
come to
your
you.
house.
How is it a compromise if you setting the terms of the compromise?
No, the terms of the
Depends, man.
compromise
Depends on
is
the
that we go
situation.
back and forth.
If that
It's
nigga-
not that I always
It's some
come
women
to
I've-
you.
If that
Never
nigga live in
been
a
to my
better
house.
neighborhood than you, don't have that nigga coming out there to the projects.
First of all,
What the fuck is wrong with
First of
you?
all, nobody lives in the project.
I ain't saying you. I ain't saying you. I ain't saying you. I'm just saying. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I live in Columbia now, okay? Ain't no project
coming
in
to you,
Columbia.
baby.
Hey, look, hold
Bring
up.
your
Hold
ass
up.
to Columbia.
Hold up. I want to
every once in a
segue.
while.
I want to segue that shit into something because I wanted to ask niggas. If you go to a, if you in the hood, right? If you drive, let's say a beautiful youngin is in the hood, right? Let's say you live in the hood. Are you taking your beautiful youngin to your spot? And there's niggas outside and they eyeing your youngin. What do you do?
Nothing.
No, but what I'm saying they not just eyeing your youngin in a way where it's just
So you're
tasteful.
saying you don't want her to come to your house because it's ghetto outside?
Okay, I'm gonna paint the scenario for y'all. The youngin comes to your crib. You meet her at the car. You know what I'm saying? Because she's the first time. Now it's niggas outside that you might not know that much because you a grown nigga. You just living in the hood. You just trying to pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? Make it day to day. So now youngin come out the crib. Before you come out the joint, you hear niggas say, "God damn, shorty thick as a motherfucker."
I'll be like, hell yeah.
Okay.
Wait, like my thing was, I thought niggas liked when other niggas wanted their bitch,
I know I
as
do.
opposed
Right.
to
I'm about to crank that.
other
I'm
niggas
gonna get
not
all up in that.
wanting
I'm gonna
their
tell you
bitch.
like this. I don't.
Like you want somebody who want
Right.
who you got, as opposed to somebody who
Right.
think that what you got is.
But see, this the
Funny.
thing.
And
Looking.
niggas will start respecting, excuse me,
Uh-huh.
men will start, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want y'all to want to
So,
fuck my bitches. I want
me,
y'all to want
like
to.
me,
I want y'all to
I've
want to.
dealt with a dude that lived in, you know what I'm saying, in the hood or whatever. I used to live in the hood. As a woman, I'm going to acknowledge them and you know, let them know, hey, how y'all gentlemen doing? So first of all,
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to them like that with respect.
Okay.
Right.
So that
Acknowledge 'em.
disrespect is not in turn received.
Right.
So once I get that, then it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna even entertain.
Okay.
As a woman, I'm not gonna entertain because the dick inside too good for me to entertain.
That's the most important part,
So
though.
I'm just thinking on my journey
most
into
important part.
204, where I'm going.
Right.
I ain't worried about the niggas on the corner. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
okay,
And you
okay.
just be like, yeah, and I'm
And
about
you
to
ain't
smash
worried about
that
them, or you would have
shit.
been with them.
If she entertains them
Okay.
for one moment, then that
That's
gives
when
the
it-
other dudes hope. And then when they
Yeah.
get hope, then they think that they could defeat you
That's
and
like a
in their
relationship.
pursuit of
Right.
her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
like a relationship.
But
stuff
see-
like that is on the woman a lot of times.
Okay.
Shut the shit
Yeah,
down.
that's right,
It's
exactly.
it's a good way to gauge the woman you with.
Yeah.
You know, like
What you
the woman
saying?
that
What you saying?
chooses you, man.
All
Like,
right, let me tell you. I'm gonna indulge. I'm gonna indulge
okay.
a little bit of my personal life.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. So I had a scenario where I was in a 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? I go to 7-Eleven. My younger, you know what I'm saying? My younger, she built. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Shout out,
I
bro.
seen her. She is.
Yeah, she built. You know what I'm
Hey
saying?
to you.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah. So I say, hey, Slow, you know what I'm saying? So we go to 7-Eleven. So we going in a little ice cream joint now. It's a little clerk over there by the ice. He filling the refilling the ice cream joints. I'm standing by because I ain't really going back there, but I'm looking back there. And as my woman walking back there, this nigga turns all the way around. He does an about face. His head goes
think we
right.
heard this
His head
before.
go right to the ass. And I'm looking like, so I said, let me walk over here. Maybe this nigga gonna realize, you know what I'm saying, he need to tuck his eyeballs in. You know what I'm saying? So I go over there, you know what I'm saying? I go over there, and the nigga still just eyeballing. He's eye fucking my youngin, right?
Right.
So my youngin, she's oblivious to this whole situation, right?
She
But-
used to it.
But yeah, but I'm not. I'm getting bothered
that's
by
how
this shit.
you got
I'm
her.
getting true.
Right,
Shout
right,
out.
exactly.
Shout out to the ass. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying was I wasn't used to the shit. You know what I'm saying? So when my youngin we went out to the car. She already bought her shit. It was bothering me. It was fucking with my ego. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
But like, and I'm about to get to that.
Okay.
So it was fucking with my male ego, right? Because I'm like, this is mine, and this motherfucker I know he seen me, but he felt like I wasn't a threat. He can still look at this motherfucker.
He
So
probably ain't even noticed you.
might not have, but check this out though.
Yeah.
So we walk outside. So I said, hey, you know what, boo? I forgot to get something. I'll be right back. So she go to the car. I walk back in the 7-Eleven. I go straight to this motherfucking African nigga that's in the back by the ice cream truck, right? And I said, hey, bruh. I was just in this motherfucker, right? I said, my youngin was in here and he was eyeballing it, bruh. I said, next time, have some respect for nigga. This nigga said, oh, no, I was not looking at your girl. No, not me. And I said, hey, calm down, bruh. Listen, I'm talking to you, man to man. Don't get all loud with me.
It sounds slightly insecure.
Hold
a
on,
little
it
bit.
could be, and that's what I want to expose is to help other men out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, I said, bro, don't get loud with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you because I'm talking to you, so I won't kick your ass. Then this nigga said,
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
You
That's
helping him
all
out
this nigga.
now.
I was helping the nigga. I'm trying to school this nigga on something to move it forward.
Okay.
So I say, hey nigga, so he said, oh my God, I never. So I got real mad then, because I'm like, nigga, you don't know, I got a personal relationship with my God too, nigga. Don't bring God into this. So I'm like, nigga, I see you out, boss. I said, nigga, I will take you outside and whoop your ass. Now, all of a sudden, the cashier come out from the register. He's like, no, please. This nigga takes a picture of me. Boom. He said, you can't come back here ever again.
They got
Wait,
his picture
which
in front of
7-Eleven was that?
7-Eleven.
Was it in Laura?
It's a joint out there, Outlaw. I can't go back there ever
Which
again.
one? Because it's two.
It's the one over there by the Harley Davidson joint. You will never see your boy back out
okay.
there again. My picture probably up there. But I told him, nigga, I had people running out the store. My youngest saw people running out the store. She come back and say, what are you doing? And I'm like, nah, fuck this shit. And I walk out. And I realized at that point
You were overreacting.
that I was overreacting. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit.
But I wanted to put that out there because brothers, we got this thing that this machismo, and it's a beautiful thing, but we misuse it. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know when to just be like, hey, I don't need to be taking this shit no further. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want to put that out there because especially proud niggas. You know what I'm saying? Proud niggas ain't not gonna let a little shit slide.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
Dude,
like me.
let me tell you something. There are dudes that are infatuated with women that they don't even see a car coming if it hit them.
Oh hell
Yes.
yeah!
I've had a
Hell
car
yeah.
run
Yes.
into the sidewalk.
He was looking at that ass.
He ain't seen nobody else except that ass.
That's all he saw.
Exactly.
That nigga saw his
and
dreams
that's
in that
what
ass.
Mutomba saw that day.
Yeah. And I said,
didn't
no,
see
no,
that.
no. I said, no, 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 motherfucker. That's what I told that nigga. Had them scared as shit up in that 7-Eleven. People running out the store.
Lord.
I'm
Hey.
just saying,
But
you
here's-
get side
here's
blinded by
my
the
thing.
fatty.
Why not instead be a man that just go back and be like, oh, I seen you looking at my girl. Why not just be like, you know, when you saw him looking, be like, that's nice, ain't it? As opposed to
Yeah.
That's my
I should have been
leaving.
like
I'm
that.
not
Going
doing,
back.
I'm not doing that shit.
What
I'm not.
And then
What
being
you mean?
like,
What you mean? Talk to
I'm
me.
not,
man.
going to
I see you.
engage a man in conversation.
Nah, I'm
based
not
on
gonna do
him
that.
Looking at him,
But I
looking
should.
at my woman.
But I should have had her feelings mentally though. I should have been like, that's
That's
what's
nice,
up.
ain't it?
That's
Like,
that's
Baby.
niggas
That's my
is
shit.
wanting
no,
what I
because
got.
it's funny at the
Right.
same time. Men,
And it's coming home to me.
men will
No,
feel
man.
bad
I
and
like
insecure
that.
about
That's
when
it.
men don't look at their woman too. It's funny
Yeah.
as shit.
They
You know what I'm saying?
I
Do
had
they?
a situation like
Do
that.
they?
Wait, hold on. Can we get a moment of silence?
Yeah, please.
What the hell did you just say?
No
But
bullshit.
I had
Nah,
a
hell yeah,
situation like that
absolutely.
as a woman. Like, it was this guy I was dating. He was real. Not that complexion means anything because I like all complexions. But he was really, 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 really dark. And
I like chocolate.
I liked him. but I knew that typically, like socially, he wasn't really accepted. And I dated him twice. I dated him in high school and I dated him after high school. And after high school, I was a little more serious about it. Right. And then, shut up. And then I was like, okay, I like him. But do I want kids with him? And I see how people look.
Oh, you racist.
You ain't want no chocolate babies.
Not racist. Not racist.
I'm sorry, she's not racist. She is prejudiced.
She didn't want no chocolate babies, nigga.
It wasn't even.
I love me
it
some
wasn't
chocolate.
Wait.
Kisses.
It wasn't even the fact that he was chocolate. It was the fact that I knew a lot of people didn't find him attractive.
What they had to do
And
with
it
your
wasn't
pussy?
nothing with his complexion. It was him as a person. And I was like, okay, do I really want to have kids with
that's
someone who
fucked
people
up.
find is not attractive?
That's wrong.
I was
wrong.
young.
That is
And
so
wrong. I wasn't very secure with
perception. I said
myself
this
to
shit
where
earlier.
I was
Crazy.
okay with it. But I ended up breaking up with him because I'm, breaking up with him because I'm like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with this. Like, I see how people look at us. And it was the look like, why are you with him as opposed to... What? I'm just saying. That shit happens. It happens.
Perception
Eve.
is
It
motherfucker.
happens.
So sorry. I just
Especially when you're
my
young.
soul. They hit my soul.
Especially when you're young and you don't
Perception
understand
is real.
yourself and you don't know what you want. Like, that shit plays a major
Yeah, it do.
part
It do.
in your
It do.
thought
It's real.
process.
It do. It
It's
do.
real.
I
It's
mean,
It do. You right.
I
You
don't
right.
And even to this
Only
day, like,
issue I
I'm
had
cool with
was
him
with
and he's
short
engaged
guys,
and
so.
he got another little light-skinned chick that, he's
But-
dealing with, but I'm just like,
We talk about we talk about
I don't know.
segues. We've been having a good flow with this show with segues.
All right, don't fuck it up, man. Keep going.
All right, so
All right,
that's
go
why I'm using something that you brought up.
All right, let's go.
Talking about rings and significance
Okay.
and babies
Okay.
and
Talk
stuff
about
like
it.
that.
Talk
You know,
about
like,
it.
people really like a person will have a kid with the person with that same mindset. Like, oh, we might make beautiful children, or people might look at me a
That's
certain way if I
true.
have a kid with her or
Yeah.
him. You know,
Yeah.
vice versa. Woo, woo, woo,
Uh-huh.
you know, like
Good
it's,
shit.
it's interesting how people view how other people view them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. And that's
Yeah.
where the fear
Yeah.
comes in that we talk about so much.
Uh-huh.
Like, people fear how other people view them.
Yeah, and
It's
people go to
really
And
sleep
true.
at
until
night.
you really know yourself and are comfortable with yourself and you don't give a fuck what other people
real
think,
shit.
is
Yeah.
when you don't really take those thoughts into play.
But I agree with you though, T, because when I was in middle
Absolutely
school,
true.
it was a little white youngin that was in love with your boy. I mean, when I say in love, nigga, she used to come bring me candy all the time up in middle school. But I said, dog, I do not want the sisters
you
in
ain't
here.
go to LBA, did you?
Nah, I went to
Okay,
Gwynn Park and
sorry.
shit. Shout out
My
to Gwynn
bad.
Park.
I
But-
apologize.
But I was like, nah, I'm not gonna fuck with this white girl because I don't want none of the sisters be sitting over here talking shit about
Right,
me. You know what I'm
see?
saying? But I wanted to. But it was like you said, people judging
It
me.
was
I
the
was like,
perception,
yeah, I was like,
yeah.
nah, I ain't even gonna fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? But you get grown and you realize,
You be like, fuck that
yeah,
shit.
fuck what another nigga think. I'm gonna live
It's
my life.
crazy.
Yeah.
I grew up in a multicultural area, so I never had that problem.
I mean,
like
PG
I've dated
County
like
was too,
Italian.
but,
I'm from Long Island, so
PG County black though.
Yeah, no
But
bullshit.
DC is around the corner. And DC,
Yeah, DC is- it's
you know,
DC
been black.
was
Melting
black.
pot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
DC
changing
was
now,
black.
it's a melting pot.
Now it's
The
melting
DMV
like a
in general
motherfucker.
is a melting pot.
Nowadays.
Now it is, yeah.
well, shit. My brother's from PG, and shout out to Tracy, Caucasian persuasion.
Oh shit.
My sister-in-law.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yes,
That's what's up.
and they've been together since, and they went to Suitland High. They've been together for
Shit.
like 22 years.
My
so.
sister-in-law is a little Caucasian joint. What up, Shawty? What's good with you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They out
But-
here.
yeah. But I never had that issue. I never had that issue. So yeah,
But
everybody
you
has their
also
own.
grew up in New York, which
I
was a
did.
melting pot.
Melting
so
pot,
that was a little different
absolutely.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. But I loved all. I mean, growing up, hearing the story that you just told, my great grandmother was a dark-skinned woman, and her sisters did not accept her because she was the only dark-skinned woman when they were all light. And that hurt me
crazy.
when my grandmother used to tell me that's her mother.
Yeah.
She was Cherokee, Blackfoot Indian, long, silky black hair, dark skin. It was so crazy to the point. And my grandmother, which is your complexion with blue eyes and long, silky hair, in 1940s, my grandmother told me a story where the police, somebody said a lady kidnapped a baby. So they saw my great grandmother, which is a dark skin complected with this light baby, Milano child.
And they thought they stole
Because
her.
my
She
great
stole her.
grandfather was white. They thought she stole her own child.
What the fuck?
And they would not they took her to the police station until my great grandfather got there.
you know what?
That's crazy.
They would not
That's
let
wild
her.
as shit.
But that's
It
like
is.
that white bitch that was calling the police on that motherfucker that was sleeping at the park. That was at the little park sleeping. This bitch. Did you see the white bitch?
No.
I didn't see that.
She look like a roasted pig. This motherfucker, thick neck bitch. She talking about. She said she called the police because a motherfucker, a nigga was sitting there resting at the park. Nigga, what's wrong with you white motherfuckers, man? Let a nigga sleep at the park.
Or the girl that was sleeping in the hallway at the dorm, and someone called the police.
Oh my god.
Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't, but I believe the
Yeah,
shit.
she was sleeping in the hallway or something. She was tired or whatever. And one of the students or somebody called and said there was somebody in the hallway sleeping like they were homeless.
Oh shit.
And she went to the college.
That's what I'm saying, man. Hey, but you know what? I know for a fact.
See
And we all.
something, say something is getting a
Right.
little bit out of hand.
But you know what? White people been snitching for a long time, and they love snitching, dog. I remember I used to work at the motherfucking. I used to do the little security
They
at the
can't
stadium.
do a murder and not tell it.
Nigga.
Well, I did it.
Hey,
Damn, you didn't get
And
yourself
still
a
don't
week.
go to jail.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
And we already we
Hey,
know
don't
that
love
shit.
white
jail.
people.
We know
Man,
that
I
shit.
just got
No
smacked
fucking
by a
time.
young white girl the other day, man.
Oh yeah, you using little
Yeah,
cars
my
in
car
there.
Oh, yeah,
accident.
car.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Man,
happened?
she had to be high on some pills or something, man.
She was on that butter.
You
Had to
taking
be.
that bitch to court though, ain't you?
Man, I'm
Fucking
yeah,
Get
court.
all
Where
you
that
can
insurance check at?
Well, stop moving your neck so much.
Yeah, nigga. You need to stay in one position the whole show, nigga. You fucking up. You fucking the money
Your
up.
back hurt?
You supposed to be
Your back
missing.
shit hurt.
They
Your
had
back
a
hurt?
picnic and
You supposed to be gone this episode,
they
nigga.
partying and they calling
Man,
me.
You
my
supposed to
bad,
take
my
a
shit
couple
just
weeks
tightened
off.
up the
Right,
whole
nigga.
time.
You geeking.
Lord
You fucking the money up,
Lord.
nigga. You supposed to be in this joint talking about my neck and my back.
He's
He
in a
tripping.
he's in a posturepedic
You know
chair.
what?
Yeah.
He has to smoke medical marijuana
Yeah,
to feel okay.
yeah. He tryna-
Once it wears off, he'll be fucked up again.
He trying to
Don't worry.
survive. That's all.
Nah, that's
Let
not
me
right.
ask y'all
I
a
took,
question.
What's
four
ask us a question,
C3s.
E? Ask us a question.
The raise, Lord.
Who
Jesus.
like if you was to get married because you know Meghan
Megan
Markle
good. Oh, Meghan Markle. Okay.
Markle she's getting married.
This is the Prince Harry.
Meg-
Who the fuck
Yeah.
is
The
that?
royal wedding.
Prince
you see
Harry's
my hat.
fiancée. She's
Oh, okay.
mixed.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
royal wedding.
Okay.
And her father and her stepsister
Mm-hmm.
set up what did they do? They put pictures up.
Mm-hmm.
And they was going to try to sell them to tabloid.
Okay.
Tabloid.
Okay.
So they stage these pictures so they can get publicity or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Why so close to the wedding are you trying to fuck everything up?
Maybe they
No
didn't
one
think it
has
was
been
gonna
talking
happen.
about you.
Who is that?
Who takes pictures?
Who is that though?
That's her father getting fitted for a suit outside. Who does
Outside.
that?
Somebody trying to get that money, dog. Let them get that
Yeah,
money.
they are trying to
Money
they're trying
hungry.
to extort. Yeah, extort.
Yeah.
Extortion, right? Is that
Man.
what they call?
Yeah.
And that's illegal. That is so sad. Like, how many trifling family members you have that you would not invite to your wedding?
Don't do this to
well,
me.
People
Or
do
a
shit like
friend.
that.
It could be a friend.
People do stuff like that though. Like,
Man,
Like-
it makes perfect sense.
Y'all
Yeah.
niggas, y'all
Nah.
barking up the wrong tree with this shit. Y'all about to have me just exposed.
Because
some
we already
personal
know
shit.
about some of your crackhead family members.
Well, I don't want to call them crackhead. I just want to say they
Larry.
feel niggas.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. And that's the thing when you talking about a wedding, it's supposed to be like a
Intimate.
Yeah.
intimate,
Yeah,
fun
man.
filled,
People
loving
do some stuff at
experience.
weddings,
Yeah.
man. My sister just got married. My stepsister just got married, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people do things, man, at weddings, man.
Questionable things, right?
Yeah, you know, for attention or just to kind of deflect. Like everybody always look at what other people's celebratory ceremonies and shit like
You
that.
was sharp too. I seen the
Well,
pictures.
I try to do my best. now.
That nigga had-
Suspenders.
I'm about to say, that nigga had
Try to
suspenders
do my
on and
best
shit.
now. Okay, now. Okay.
Stacey Adams.
Now, y'all can check me out on Instagram.
Oh, Robert Townsend looking
Check me
ass
out on
nigga.
Instagram,
Could have did a
you know.
photo shoot.
Oh,
with
media
Stacey
man looking
Adams.
ass nigga. Oh, Squidworth looking ass nigga. Go ahead.
Understand what I'm talking about and what I'm doing? Yeah.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
So
It
people will look at your moment. I mean, it is what it
is.
you know? And I pulled the shit off rather quickly too. You know, so I ain't
You
want a
did
lot
it,
of
boy.
effort.
You did it,
Not
boy.
a lot
You
of
did
effort,
it.
You know. But, anyway.
But I'm sorry. I've been invited to a wedding, and I literally witnessed a family of 4 that didn't RSVP, and she had her 3 little kids with her
They just showed the fuck up.
4
Yeah.
plus 3?
Damn.
to a
That's
wedding.
too much.
Damn.
That's too much.
They didn't. They
That's too
said they didn't give a
much.
fuck. They said we gonna be in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to RSVP you, but you got 3 little kids and shit. Like there's some assembly line with some free cheese and shit.
But that's another thing.
I don't like
Should kids be invited to weddings?
This is something that happens.
Yeah, you
Like,
gotta
At
have kids
my
at
wedding.
weddings. You gotta have kids
First
at
of all,
weddings.
I
kids
say
should be-
no.
No,
The
I think they
flower
should.
kid.
Because one,
Should be.
receptions are very expensive, and you
So-
And I
have to
wanna be
pay.
drunk.
You have to pay per plate, and not only that, but a lot of people have drinks at their receptions.
Yeah, but it's a
that you
moment
have
though.
to
Everybody
If you-
drunk.
How do
I
you
don't
build black love if you don't see it at that young age? You know what I'm saying? Like that, like
That's what
certain
I'm
things
saying.
trump
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah.
Now that you
I'm
put
not
it
worried
that
about
way,
the bar more than I want my
They
niece
can
and nephew
watch
to
it
see
on the
somebody-
Cinderella.
my
They
daughter,
ain't
you know.
coming
Okay,
to my damn
Disney
wedding.
movies.
They can watch it on
we
TV.
don't own Disney. Shit.
The only children that will be there will be the flower,
Right.
the flower girl,
And the ring bearer.
The ring bearer, if he has a child. But other than that, there won't be, because I have crazy uncles and stuff. Like I said earlier.
Oh, so you excluding family off the jump? You ain't all your family ain't gonna be at your
All
wedding.
my family ain't gonna be there.
I
either.
really wanted 50 people.
Oh.
That's it. Because I'm not paying for everybody's plate.
To be
Okay.
honest,
Okay.
25 is.
I
is-
really
So what y'all
did.
gonna do when they mad though? When they mad and they ain't got DMs
How
and shit.
you mad you didn't come to the wedding?
Oh, they be mad.
When
They
you
mad you
were
don't even call
around
me.
for 50% of my life.
They be mad though.
you
so
I don't
even
give a
call
fuck.
They be mad.
I don't care.
Okay. So when they posting you and tagging your
Right.
name in the
I
post.
don't care.
Okay.
Untagged.
Okay, so what I will say is get a GoFundMe
Unfriend.
account and then collect all the money that you want from that side of the family to come. Because I ain't paying for everybody's
Okay.
plate.
Damn, that's how you
Shit.
feel.
That shit
No, because
expensive.
it's sometimes $100
Yeah.
a plate.
Or
Yes,
200.
Oh, I know.
plus.
I
Do
know.
you know it could be $20,000? It takes $10,000. I went to the Mandarin Oriental.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
They're expensive. They're
it was
very high.
$1,500, $15,000
Mm-hmm.
just to rent out the space.
Yeah, that's too much.
But see that.
And then they wanted $100 each car to park.
But check this out.
That's crazy.
I was getting into an argument
That's
with a
too much.
nigga.
Look at
Yeah.
that shit. That's what I'm talking about. Elope.
Hood shit right there. You see
Elope.
that T-shirt?
That's like a fucking
asked
porno
And the
right
hat?
there.
Is that how you say elope?
Nah,
Yes.
screw that.
But look,
That nigga
Like
shut
some West
up.
Coast production
got-
type shit.
We got 1980.
I was hold up. We got a call. Let's see
In
what the call
fashion
talking about.
fair.
Yo, caller, what it do? Holler at us. Who
Who on the
this?
line? Who on the line?
It's good, but this is Tia. This Joe's sister. What's good?
Oh, what up, Smiggy? What it be,
See ya.
though? What's good?
What you
She
talking
holler
about,
at us.
man?
What you want to talk about?
Oh, look, I just wanted to let you know, as soon as you talked about that wedding topic, let me tell you,
Oh shit.
y'all gonna rethink that whole, it sound good, 50, 25 people, that sound real good right now.
Yeah. Yeah, tell her.
Until they start getting threats,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Can't
Oh,
hear.
you can't. Yeah.
I can hear.
Yeah, she's saying that, hey, when they get real, y'all talk that real sweet shit, talking about 25 people, 50 people, but when motherfuckers get the word you getting married, and they be attacking your profile page.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
I mean, your family
Unfriend,
gonna do that, though.
unfriend,
Your
block,
family gonna do that.
unfriend, block,
Every which
unfriend,
way.
block.
yeah.
It's
So-
very simple.
So, hey,
Everybody wants to come to weddings,
Hey,
man.
hey,
Everyone
Smee,
I don't give a damn.
so how would you advise people to handle that? You know what I mean?
Elope.
Nah, you just gotta stand firm. That's how I would advise. You just gotta stand firm. Y'all gotta be on one accord. You and your husband to be, and y'all stand firm on who means the most to you that you want to be there at that moment. And you just gotta roll with it. You just gotta take that on the chin. But no, you gonna take it on the chin, like.
Oh yeah.
You gonna take some punches, like
right.
people that feel like they more important and they not. Yeah, they gonna be like, I want to be in the way. You can be like, girl, I ain't seen you since I was a kid. Like that's just,
real shit. Real shit.
So hold on, Tia, right?
yeah.
How many people were at your wedding?
See, this is how I finessed it. I finessed the
Come
game.
on now.
Okay, I had an open wedding, so anybody who wanted to come, who felt like they wanted to see me get married, but I had a private reception, an invite only. So, you can see me walk down the aisle, but, I ain't paying for your plate.
Right.
Okay, I see. So, I see the rhyme and reason behind that.
Yeah,
I see where the investment went to.
Yeah, so you was telling niggas you wasn't gonna pay for that for your eating and shit. You wasn't gonna break bread with a nigga. That's what you was telling the nigga.
No. You gonna have to stop by McDonald's or something with me.
Right.
But you can definitely share this moment. You can look at this dress. I done spent so much money. You can look at this dress, okay? But I ain't paying for no plate. But that was just, I'm just saying, y'all. It's a lot of stress. But y'all keep doing y'all thing. I love y'all. I just want to call and get my little 2 cents or whatever. That's it.
All right, sis.
Hey,
Thank
that's
you,
good.
baby
Sweet,
love.
man. Shout out, love you.
All right, bye.
I call you after the show. Holla back.
Thank you,
All right.
baby.
All right.
But the thing is, a lot of people will say you can come to the wedding because the wedding is free.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
the
But
church
you can't come
ceremony.
to the reception
That's what she was
because
saying.
that's
Yeah,
where
that's
I
what
ain't
she
thinking
pay
about
the
that.
money.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
But then,
interesting.
as a parent who has multiple kids, especially, like, how do you go from letting your kid come to the reception to having somebody come pick them up an hour later or 2 hours later for the?
That's
And
your
I
problem.
think to me, that's
Like,
your
how does
problem.
that
That's
work?
why I think kids should be allowed in weddings.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see no
wedding.
problem
Okay.
with it. See, let me tell you what my beef is about weddings, period, right? I ain't beefing about getting married. Like, if you feel like it's you and somebody else and y'all want to take the next step in y'all relationship, I feel like that's a beautiful thing. But when it gotta fit a certain parameter that you didn't create, that's when I got a problem with. You know what I'm saying?
That's the real.
That's
the
my
real bigger question.
That's my real beef, and it's like when you talking to women, they don't understand that this vision that they got, they think they created it, but it's been implanted in them since being a little girl. And it's like if we was more realistic in our lifestyle as being melanated people in this game where things are already stacked against us. You know what I'm saying? Why are we sitting over this joint taking loans out to get married and we living in apartments? You know what I'm saying? Like why can't we break this whole
Remember the
concept?
backyard wedding?
Yeah, why we can't do that? Why
My
we can't
mom
go?
had a whole bunch of those.
Why we can't go to a special place under the sun between me, you, and our special people that love us and under our God and have our own ceremony and from this day forth be man and wife and be respected. And if we want to take it to
Because a lot of people are materialistic.
okay, let's talk it. Let's talk
We
it.
talked about
Let's talk it.
perception. I think
Let's talk it.
And,
Let's talk
and,
it.
and like you said, when you're young, when you're a child, you see that.
Yeah.
You see that on TV, the Cinderella and the dress.
real
and,
shit.
And
It's
your
ingrained in you.
parents saying, when you get older, you're going to marry, or your husband is not going to like you that you suck your thumb and this and this.
And as a kid, though,
Experience, yes.
that's crazy,
And,
man.
And I think, like you said, is that perception and what you see on TV. But if you are simple and you love each other, like I told my friend, I was like, let's just go to the Justice
to the
Peace
Peace.
and just have a nice reception. Oh, I don't think my moms would like that. And
Right.
his parents are pastors.
That's true.
So
you know mamas ain't gonna like that shit. You
I
know that shit.
I love you guys, but I know they might invite everybody at the church. But that's where they're going to be at the church.
but this is the thing.
Everyone's not going to be at the reception.
I feel like us as people, we don't really understand marriage though. Only thing we understand is the sentimental value of marriage, but we don't understand that when we bring the law into it, it becomes a business agreement.
Oh, it's always.
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely
It's
aren't
always
taught that.
should be a
Nah.
business
Definitely
agreement,
aren't.
even when you are dating. You should always date knowing or thinking like, okay, am I dating this person just for sex, or is this
Yeah.
something that is going to progress
Yeah.
to something bigger?
But the
because
older
I
you
don't
get-
want to be with no bum. I'm sorry.
The older
Yeah,
you
but
get,
that-
the
now
more
we
you
talking about something
understand
interesting.
that.
yeah.
Like me and my friend was talking today when we went to Outback, and my comment to him was, older people move faster. And he agreed. And my thing was, once you're older, you've been through a few things. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. You know what you like, what
Absolutely.
you don't like. And so you're better at picking and choosing what it is that you ultimately want, as opposed to when you're younger, you settle for things.
Yeah, or letting go.
Or you
Yep.
let go of things. And it's
Absolutely.
like,
I see what you're saying.
even though you're older, is it okay to move faster because you know what you want? Or should you kind of
Well, I think
progress, and kind of go back to taking your time?
Right,
Or
right, I
do
mean-
you ever do that?
And that's what people have to define for themselves, to answer for themselves. I think it's important to understand how important time is in general. So we often talk about like bullshit people go through in relationships, but if people don't have time for it, then why are you investing in that?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
real
Don't even
shit.
make sense. Like if you know what you want and who you really are and what you're looking for,
I
how
think
hard
it's,
is it to find it?
I think it's the maturity of the person, because
Yeah.
I'm older. Time is limited. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to waste your time on empty space,
Yeah.
empty promises. So it is easy to let go when you get older, because you don't want to deal with shit. You don't want to deal with bullshit. And I think anybody that's at an older age need to let go when you know that is not going to be an investment, like you said earlier. If you're not going to invest in me, then I'm not going to be going out with you and spending my money on you and investing time in you when you're not invested in me. Like what Taraji P. Henson was
She
saying.
just got engaged too.
She just got engaged.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But you never seen her with a man on the carpet.
You know why? She purposely said in the media, "You will
Absolutely.
never see me with a man if I'm not serious about him, and if we're not serious."
She said
as a
she ain't got no
couple."
ring. She said she ain't got no ring. She ain't
She
gonna
was
be
like,
out there.
It's a
But
package.
essentially, it's like, if you're not serious about me, I'm not serious about you. If I'm just dating you and we don't know where this
Why
is
do I
going,
have to
why
put
do I
you
have
in
to
my-
parade you around
Exactly.
in the media as if you belong to
But
me?
some people thrive off of that, and
That's another body.
It speaks to
Right,
what
exactly.
people want out of a situation, what they're investing into. Everybody's not investing in the same thing, so I don't think the institution could be the same as far as like marriage being the standard, for example. You know what I'm saying? People are too different. People too unique.
Let me
But
say,
the other thing about being older is, and having more wisdom is, even if you realize that a person is not for you and you still vibe with them, you can better understand, okay, you put people into categories as opposed to trying to fit people into where they don't belong. So
Right.
you're like,
Now you talking
okay,
some
well,
cash shit.
this person is cool. I might fuck them from time to time, but they not
Right.
boyfriend, girlfriend, husband
And they
material.
not gonna be
build with it.
posted on my IG
Right, or
every
I'm not
5
gonna
minutes.
post them on my IG.
So stop
or
asking
this
me
person
why I'm
is
not
just
on
a
your
friend.
page.
I know they like me, but I'll go out with them from time to time just to have fun, just as an associate. Like you better, how to better put people into where they belong as opposed to where you want them to be based on how you feel.
yeah.
Yeah.
But see,
I think that's a good one.
my argument that the beef that I got into with this guy I was talking to, because he's a married guy, and I was asking him what's the difference between a marriage couple and a couple that's been together for a long time, and he said commitment. And I said, what you mean by that? He tried to say marriage is the ultimate commitment. But see, I disagree, because what I in my 33 years, I've seen people that's been married, and the only thing they got to show for it is the years they've been together.
But that's because they get married for the wrong reason.
But what I'm saying is, if you're not taught what marriage is based upon in America, see, that's what I'm saying. If me and you have nothing and we going to the government and signing papers, we're really hustling backwards. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have nothing to benefit. We can't leave a legacy financially behind. So why are we connecting and investing into nothing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's when I'm talking about the business aspect of marriage. You know what I'm saying? But when you talk about the relationship, the commitment, that's why I disagree, because marriage is just a license and a title if you want to break it down to it. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
essentially what you make it.
Exactly. And that's what I was
the
trying
end
all
of
it
the
is
day.
actually.
and that's what I was trying to say. It's people that's committed. That's way more committed than the average person that got a ring on their finger.
Right, and,
Yeah.
and that's why you get that's why I said the institution is kind of changed. You can't gauge it based on traditional walking down the aisle,
Yeah, you
justice
can't.
and peace.
And I'm not
People
gonna
do
lie,
that. People
like,
do that all the time.
Before we as a collective had the whole marriage talk, like my whole outlook was from, a preacher's kid perspective was it's more about commitment and it's more about the spirituality of it and what God acknowledges, and it's more about what you can get from it, business wise. Like when you're married, you have more of the power of attorney type of things. But when you brought to my attention that, you can have a power of attorney without being married, even if you're a maid, as long as you write that in your will, it kind of made me think, like, is it really necessary to be married legally if I can have the same benefits, outside of that, as long as it's written out? Or
Marriage is supposed to be about legacy building. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than polygamy. The concept, it's about building something, so you're leaving something behind that's going to build a greater generation.
So,
you know what I'm
when
saying?
we talk
But
about
I
legacies,
know-
hold on, I want to throw something out there. Do we talk about connections with soul and spirit and things of that nature, stuff that can't be measured by tangible man-made things, as far as like a process of a wedding, like walking down the aisle, or the legal part, what I'm saying, with states and counties you get married and stuff like that. What about actually growing with somebody, connecting with somebody,
man.
and really building on a level that
Bro, you know how, I ain't trying to cut you off. I want to add on to that.
But that's a beautiful thing.
You know
It
how
is.
hard how hard that is to do, where you got all the concepts of getting the ring, being able to afford a wedding that's going to have everybody here, and then you're not even to the level financially where you could afford and be at peace at the decisions that they trying to force on you. And it's not, I ain't blaming women, I'm blaming the powers that be that enforce this how it's supposed to be on people, instead of letting people live their life and understand that building is the most important part, not the title, because you can have a title and not be shit. A lot of people hide behind titles and truthfully don't be shit.
And guess
you know what
what?
I'm saying?
In the beginning,
For
this
real.
should be displayed. This should be talked about, because if you have a female that's materialistic and wants all of that and can't wait until y'all are financially stable, then that's not the right woman for you.
But I also
That's
feel
not
like
the right woman for
it's
you.
like an individual choice, because growing up as a PK and somebody in the church that was somebody that was
That
taught
term
to
is a little
be
funny.
somebody that was taught to be submissive and to their husband. Like, I feel like marriage is essentially, in general, the ultimate goal. But individually, even if that's the ultimate goal, if you don't feel like you're financially ready, like, why move past where you're comfortable to get to where you want to be? Like, I don't think we can blame that per se on society, because like I said, if that was the case, I would have been married by now. Like, according to where I grew up and how I grew up and being a PK, I should have been married by now. I shouldn't be still single and looking for love at 32 next month. And so I feel like because I grew into who I was individually, I understand that I'm not ready for that, and the people that I've come in contact with is not ready for that. I'm not going to force that. So even though society has taught us a different way, it's still individually a choice. Like, you have to grow and be mature enough to recognize, okay, society taught me this, but I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
So
And I
I'm not
hate
going to
when
do
people
what
say that.
society taught
Yeah.
me to do.
Right,
I'm
right,
going to
right.
do what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I hate
Which
when
you
people say
ultimately
that.
held accountable too.
Exactly.
I hate when people say, "Oh, you've been together for such and such years, and you're not married yet."
no bullshit.
And I'm like, yeah.
The fuck that's supposed
Do
to
you
mean?
know I'm learning this person every day? I
Yeah.
learn new things about this person.
But what the
But I've learned as I've gotten older. Yes, I do want to get married one day. But guess what? That fucking ring and that certificate ain't gonna change nothing that's going on in the household.
man? But my thing is, I've seen the most miserable people has been married people, bro.
Yeah.
The most. When I say miserable, I'm talking about
but
self-loathing.
that's because they marry the wrong people.
But it's
too.
not. But it's not just that. What I'm saying is, people are being combining lives without even learning who they are. It's not
That's
about.
true.
Exactly.
It's not
That's
about.
true.
It's not
Yes.
about marrying the wrong people. It's about people
God.
not just being right with themselves. You know what
What
I'm
are you
saying?
investing your time in?
And
Yeah.
and
Are
that's-
you dating yourself?
Bruh.
Are you falling in love with yourself? Do you
Yep.
understand who you are?
Yeah.
How you
Yes.
even plan on attracting
And
what
guess
you
what?
want and what you need?
And guess
Yeah.
what?
You
don't
Those
know
are the
who you
people
are.
that you need to let go and let them understand you don't even know who you are.
You can't love if you
Most-
don't love who
me
you are.
the way I need
It's-
to be
it's
loved.
not
Most,
possible.
yeah,
Because
mo-
you
but-
can't love
but most
yourself.
people ain't that accountable. You know what I'm saying? Realistically,
Should I
most people
say?
ain't that accountable. I mean, they out there, but we talking about in a generic view. Most people about what they might filling their voids before really assessing the true problem that they have. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I be seeing is a lot of people come together, they get married, they have babies and shit. And that's what I wanted to ask y'all earlier, a little bit earlier was, is a baby a blessing or a burden? Like real
Burden.
See, hold on. We gonna have to say that for the next show.
We are. though.
She said
But
that's
let's
what
just
I'm
end with it's a
Yeah.
burden.
Think
Okay.
about
It's
that.
a
Let's keep
burden.
that topic going.
Baby
Up.
is a
Baby, a blessing,
burden.
burden. It'd be a burden for your boy right now.
It's
I
a
say that.
blessing.
It's a blessing and it's a burden. It's
It's
both.
a blessing
That's
and a
what I said.
curse. How about that?
We gonna bring
I
that
don't
shit
know
up.
about
We'll bring
a
this.
curse.
This is how we gonna start next show.
Baby,
Yeah.
children are not curses.
No, I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
why they are, cause niggas on child
No.
support. I want y'all to call up and tell them how they
Well, then
burdens.
strap up. Bye.
Yeah, we gonna have to go into this next
Yeah,
week
we
because
gonna
this
be
is a
hot.
deeper
I
level
like
that
that.
we
We
ain't
gonna be
got
hot.
time to get into.
Our
like
baby's a
that.
burden or a blessing.
Yeah. Especially you got a badass baby with a receding hairline. You be like, oh,
That
this
is so
motherfucker.
bad.
How you
I had
having
a pretty
receding
baby.
hairline
And we
as
out
a
this
Crowd
baby?
Nah, hold up.
360.
Shout your man song out. We about to play
Hey,
your man
y'all
song.
follow G2 a Key man on the gram. My man Pac. Hey man time. It's on YouTube right now. Go to his page. We doing some beautiful things musically this year, man.
Oh yeah, and one
Joe,
more thing. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
My man, the G2 a Key got it. Man, it's a beautiful thing, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I got a little excited.
If y'all want to
Got a
see
little
the
excited.
First Lady, I'm at Looney's in Mapleville on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, and
You
Sundays.
stripping? What the fuck?
No,
What the fuck?
it's a bar, and I love the food is amazing.
Oh.
And if you want to come see me, that's where I'll be on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Come, ask for Tia, and I'll take care of you.
Okay, you bartending now? You
Wow.
gonna do your startender shit?
I'm
You gonna
serving,
be
you
in,
know.
in negligee?
Well, guess what? So if you guys do want to go and see Tia, there is a transportation company called DC Tours.
Okay.
What? What the
You see how that
This is
just
the plug session right here.
fuck is going on?
This is
Transportation
vicious plug
company
session. We got
called
rappers, we got
DC
bartenders.
Yes.
Tours, www.washingtonondctours.com. Shout out to Lucky.
Yes, and tell them to take you to Maple
DC
Lawn,
Tours.
okay, in Fulton. All right,
Transportation.
come
Y'all
see
Gucci.
me.
Y'all Gucci.
Gucci.
Pack.
Crown
Man
360
time.
in
Good
the house.
night.
Bang, bang, bang.
Off the time, watching time go by. Let him know that he still lead my life. The Bosch licks, faulty plan in the mind. Drug deals gone awry, and in his mercy find purpose somehow. Champagne with the roaches, backstabbing always came from the closest. Take all I got, leave their head on their shoulders. Been a landmine, nothing but man time. Speak on little about mine, never been to action. Feel pending on the ones around. When it's going down, shells bouncing off the ground. If the hell time, I'm the only knew about the crime. Charges I fight 'em, got a record like Tyson. Solo when I'm performing, insurance against indictment. Shit river deep. Tongue kiss the muzzle before I bend the knee. I birth you scraps, he mama D. And mindful that everybody's a equal, so that means we groom leaders. Sacrificing my shoulders too solid to be demoted. When the black get thick, stick walk indirectly trying to save you kids. Here what the problem is. Boy ruined, soul ratting, smoking goop that made him violent. He trusts me with the guidance. I remove most of the tarnish. So crazy how we don't receive it till in 3D. Lost in this translation. Undertone, nigga need me till the wheels fall off. Younger brother, I'm his keeper. This a OG call. Monster Doe and the boys. Build a picture with mine. The architect in denial. Know it's all in the court. So I started the floor. Niggas all in your business cause you too big on the kick. Pour your soul to the bitches. Mr. Consoling these bitches. Look, opportunity meets preparation. Success. Every time. Got miscrews, let the struggle be my muse. Big homie of the crew, my tactics in the move. Plus when you stay sharp, they gon' follow like flock. Before I get it out the band, they done pop. Invested in my cronies like stock. Ain't never asked a nigga get dropped. Just once it's in the air, they go out. This love in question really find it something special. Can't be purchased with a debit or associated reppin'. Like Kane or the Coke, no half steppin'. Get jam your favorite trapper, turn Lil Tevin. He hit a note, then drop some quotes, be home by 5th inning. But you a 2-time felon, still got shit pending. So they gon' hide your ass, you bout to miss a loud windows. And he done gone on about his business. Still standing, still strong, talking Twan Fisher. Y'all generation different, don't kill a nigga that need to get it. What tripped me is the time I was game. Jack Tatum, no apologies made. We understood contact would be made. So our message was conveyed and engraved. Hard fouls, Tayshaun when he played. Just call us minimum wage, we raised.